Melania Trump has effectively disappeared. She's nowhere to be found. She hasn't been seen anywhere near or around the White House. This as Donald Trump continues to bring up his dark past and her dark past in ways that are deeply disturbing. I'll get to it in a moment. The last post from Melania Trump, July 30th, where she tried to take credit for facilitating a fifth Ukraine-Russia family reunification. She doesn't say the names of the people she's reunifying, but she claims she's reunified some Ukrainian and Russian families, which would look objectively be good if she actually did it. Who the heck knows? I don't know. But we do know that there are massive strikes by Russia in Ukraine, killing lots of children. So I'm not sure this is a spike the football moment where you want to be giving yourself awards. And I'll show you her fixer, Mark Beckman, has been making his round saying she deserves awards, give her awards, give her awards, while she's MIA, while she's effectively disappeared from the White House. I mean, where the heck is she at this point? Let me show you what Mark Beckman, her fixer, he's been making his rounds, and he was asked by Newsmax, which is a form of state regime media, where is Melania? Has she disappeared because of the threats against her life and against Barron's life from Iran? Is that why she's nowhere to be found? And Mark Beckman kind of sheepishly goes, no. We've got big announcements we're going to be making, huge announcements we're going to be making. Listen to what he says here. Play this clip.
This heart-stopping threat out of Iran on the First Lady and Barron Trump. A lot of people have speculated this is the reason we've seen a lower profile of the First Lady in the last couple of weeks. Any truth to that theory, Mark?
No, not at all. The First Lady is not deterred because of these threats. Unfortunately, she realizes it's part of the role these days. It's sad. She'd like to see peace in Iran, but the reality is that this is part of the role, and she keeps moving forward. And the evidence is this reunion. And we have actually another big project that you'll see happening towards the end of August, around August 20th or so, which is very exciting, too. So she remains committed to her position, and it's not stopping her. These threats are just, everyday work for her, Shannon, unfortunately.
We'll look forward to seeing you back end of August for that next evolution. Mark Beckman, always great to talk to you. Good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Now, this is at the same time Donald Trump has effectively turned the Melania part of the White House, the East Wing, into a military target. Donald Trump's been posting images of where the East Wing used to be, where he now wants his ballroom, which was blocked by the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals. He keeps on posting all throughout the night, drone port. And then he has these gigantic drones on top of the roof, turning the East Wing into a military target. I'm not sure it's the best idea to turn the White House into a military facility. There are military facilities that do that. But anyway, that would be Melania's portion of the White House. I want to talk about what Donald Trump said, though, which brings up his dark past. And then I'm going to talk about what Melania's fixer is doing as well. But Donald Trump yesterday said something that reminded us a lot of something he previously said. He said, when you're the president, they let you get away with it. You can remove things from any building. I like the chandelier. I grab the chandelier. I like those columns. I grab those columns. I'm allowed to do it. When you're the president, they let you get away with it. I'm going to grab everything. What does that remind you of? The Access Hollywood tapes, when Donald Trump says, when you're rich, they let you get away with it. You can grab women by their genitals. That's what Donald Trump said. Donald Trump said, when you're rich and famous, they let you do it. Remember how sick and disturbing he was? Let me show you what Donald Trump said here. Then I want to talk about some bad news, not just for Melania, but also for Barron. Then I want to show you how her fixer is handling this. This is what Donald Trump said, though, at the White House yesterday, on Friday, about when you're the president, you grab things. You can grab them however you want. Here, play this clip right here.
What we are. People just didn't know that for a while. I want to thank our great Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, for hosting us. It's a beautiful building, but I look at the president's allowed to remove things from any building. And I'm liking the chandeliers. I like those Corinthian columns, but I don't know, cutting them out would be not good. Those are beautiful columns. but I'm allowed to do it. Every once in a while, I'll come in here and grab a painting and put it at the Oval Office, right? But not too much. But I want to thank Marco.
So now with all of that going on, Melania's fixer, Mark Beckman, he's been making the rounds. He went on State Regime Media Real America's Voice on the Eric Bolling show, and he talked about how one of the big initiatives that they're pushing for is Melania to receive awards. They want her to get an award because her work is so incredible. And he wants Eric Bolling's help that because she's reunified family, she deserves an award. Here, play this clip.
And I believe that she is evolving not just the office of the First Lady, but the entire East Wing. That's happening now. You see her as, I argue, the most consequential First Lady in history. And you see that work ethic, that high level, that standard of being impactful in the movie and in the docuseries. Now, if you take a second and think about what she's done so far since the 47th administration started, it's remarkable, Eric. I mean, starting with this fifth reunification between Ukrainian and Russian children and their families, I'm sure you would agree, no First Lady in history of the United States has done this level of humanitarian work. In fact, I think that we should, or somebody should be acknowledging there should be some level of recognition for the humanitarian work that she's done to date.
And then he goes on Newsmax, another form of state regime media, Melania's fixer. Again, she's MIA. I mean, she's disappeared. Where the heck is she? And then Mark Beckman is like, she reunited Israeli families from Gaza. I don't know, how about all of the Palestinians who were killed in Gaza as well? How about that? I mean, you're spiking the football and saying, look at all these great things she did. There's a catastrophic war going on right now with Russia's invasion of Ukraine, okay? There's a genocide going on in Gaza, and you're focused on giving her a Gaza award? What's up with all you people needing awards? Why you need awards everywhere? Here, play this clip.
She's also worked in leading to the freedom of Israeli hostages in Gaza.
Incredible.
So we're seeing remarkable level of humanitarian work here for the First Lady. And as I said, she should be recognized formally for this humanitarian work.
It would
Somebody
be nice.
should stand up and talk to it.
It would.
And then Beckman announces that Melania and Bezos will be doing a new docuseries together where you'll get new insight into Melania. For all the Melania fans out there, which is apparently probably just Mark Beckman, you're going to get to see a side of her you've never seen before. I know everybody's really excited about this It's a new docuseries because the documentary, which lost all of that money, which grossed $16.6 million after costing $75 million, was so successful, losing nearly $60 million, that it was like, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's give her awards. The hell? Here, play this clip.
Well, here's the thing. So this fall, we are following the film with a docuseries surrounding the First Lady, surrounding Melania Trump. It's a completely different look at her world. It's shot entirely different, and it gives the viewers a little bit of a peek as to what happens right at the beginning of the new 47th presidential administration. You might remember, if you saw the film, we only capture 20 days of the First Lady's life. We open the window a little bit into her private life, her marriage, her family. We open a little deeper into her career as well as her philanthropy. But with the docuseries, it's a little bit different. It's shot different. It's a different story. It's a full new experience for the viewers, and that's going to be coming this fall.
I never thought I'd say this, but I've actually become obsessed with doing laundry because of laundry sauce. The very first thing I notice when I pull my clothes out of the dryer is just how incredible they smell. The scent lasts, my clothes feel fresh all day, and it's a huge upgrade from the basic detergent I used to buy. I also love that the pre-measured pods make laundry completely effortless. Just toss one in and you're done. Laundry sauce doesn't just smell amazing, it actually performs. The pods are packed with bioenzymes that tackle stains while helping keep your clothes looking and feeling like new. And if you really want to upgrade your laundry routine, they've also got scent boosters, fabric conditioner, dryer sheets, and fabric refresher spray. It's turned one of my least favorite chores into something I don't mind at all. For a limited time only, our listeners get 20% off your entire order when you use code MeidasTouch at laundrysauce.com. That's 20% off your order at laundrysauce.com with promo code MeidasTouch, MEIDAS20. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. It's time to make Laundry Day the best day of the week.
Now, as I mentioned, some also bad news for Barron. We previously reported how Barron will be the subject of lots of investigations, it appears, when Democrats take control of the House. Democratic Congresswoman Ansari said some of her first subpoenas are going to go to Barron and Eric and Don Jr. and Ivanka and Jared Kushner, but she wants to see Barron be deposed. Because where's Barron? Remember, where's Hunter? I know where Hunter is. We see him all the time. But the big focus is going to be on taking Barron's deposition, subpoenaing Barron, putting him under oath, and asking him about potential crypto ventures, about his relationship with the Tate brothers, because they've said that they're friends with him, or they said that, he was, that they had spoken to him during the 2024 election. And the Tate brothers had a message, I think, for Trump and for Barron. This is what their longtime advisor said. So, the Tates, they were partying with Paolo Zampoli in Florida over the past several weeks before being arrested in D.C. Remember, Paolo Zampoli introduced Melania to Trump at the Kit Kat Club in the late 90s. Zampoli ran a modeling agency for Eastern European women, young Eastern European women and girls. He'd bring them over to the United States. He'd throw parties where the girls and young women would meet the rich men at the Kit Kat Club. Melania worked for Paolo Zampoli, and he introduced them at the Kit Kat Club. Melania described the Kit Kat Club as just one of the most glamorous things there ever was. Anyway, the Tate brothers were partying with Zampoli. Zampoli's an ambassador right now. He's got a top-level position. And that's how Zampoli felt. Zampoli's partying with the Tate brothers. Then the Tate brothers got arrested for, 38 additional sex crime-related charges from the UK. And they got arrested in Florida, rather. The Tate brothers got arrested in Florida. They were partying in D.C., then they went to Florida. They were arrested in Florida, I should say. And so what they're saying right now is the following. Andrew Tate was a material participant in ensuring Trump's victory, and they said basically that it would be unwise for them to be thrown under the bus by Trump and Barron and others right now, because they said we were material to the victory. Just to remind you what Trump said on the Access Hollywood. Compare the clip I showed you before of Trump saying the president is allowed to remove things and do whatever he wants. This was leaked audio from the set of the Access Hollywood back in 2015, 2016. Let's play it.
I moved on her, actually. She was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and her. She was married.
It's huge news there.
No, Nancy, and I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took her out furniture. I moved on her like a I couldn't get there, and she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony and everything. She's totally changed her look. I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the.
Just so you remember what Donald Trump said when he was deposed about that Access Hollywood. Here's what he said. Let's play it.
And you say, and again, this has become very famous in this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the pussy?
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
And while we're at it, here's how Melania, when Melania was asked about Donald Trump saying that he grabs women by their genitals because he's rich, he can sexually assault women. This was Melania's response back then as well. Let's play it.
I was surprised because that is not the man that I know. And as you can see from the tape, the cameras were not on. It was only a mic. And I wonder if they even knew that the mic was on, because they were kind of a boy talk, and he was lead on, like egg on, from the host to say dirty and bad stuff.
You feel the host, Billy Bush, was sort of egging him on?
Yes, yes.
Is that language you had heard him use before?
No, that's why I was surprised, because I said, like, I don't know that person that would talk that way, and that he would say that kind of a stuff in private. I heard many different stuff, boys talk. The boys, that the way they talk when they grow up and they want to sometimes show each other,
And finally, it should be noted that Donald Trump had always said during the 2015 campaign he was going to hold a press conference about Melania's immigration status. Back in 2015, he said, just in 2 weeks, I'll do the press conference, in 2 weeks. And he never did the press conference. And a lot of people have a lot of questions about Melania's arrival into the United States and what she was doing in the United States and how she got a visa and what did she represent, and whether she was here appropriately or not appropriately, and what she was really doing here, and why she lied, at least publicly, about graduating from a university that she didn't graduate from. Those are all questions that still need to be answered, and those are questions we all still need to answer. She doesn't need more awards or to receive awards. Especially, it's just sick that that's what they want awards right now. There are people dying right now, every day in Gaza, every day in Lebanon, every day in Ukraine, every day in the region in general, getting killed. And you want awards? You want awards? And who are these people being reunified? Do we get to know who they are? Do we see their names? Do we see photos? Are they Russians? Are they Ukrainians? Who are they? And don't you think that it provides a little bit of cover to Putin right now? While he rains down 30 ballistic missiles a day on Ukraine, while your husband, Donald Trump, or whatever you want to call him, tapped Zelensky along and didn't give interceptors or interceptor licenses? Don't you think you may be giving cover to Putin? I'm giving you my opinion. This video is if you don't like my opinion, feel free to disagree. This video is my opinion, protected by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. You could share different opinions. That's what's great about our Constitution. I have an opinion, you have an opinion. Tell me your opinion. Put it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Oh, did you get a copy of WTF America, the book I put out with my brothers? It comes out October. Pre-order it now. Really excited about it. I will put a link in the description, but the pre-orders are really helpful. Thanks so much for watching.
Before you go, our book, WTF America, is available for pre-order now. It's the story of how we got here and how we fight our way back. To pre-order, scan the QR code or click the link in the description. Let's do this.